Ladies and gentlemen, we have to stockpile now. Well, we don't have to, but I'm going to because the writing is on the wall. And after reviewing a lot of news updates, speaking to people who are in the industry in multiple markets, various sectors, now is the time to start stockpiling. And stockpiling, what is the main question? We've all been working on our own stockpiles, primarily concerned with food and water and other resources to sustain life. But based on the information that I have been given and that I've found and I've received and I'm hearing, we're going to need to shift our focus, or at least I'm going to begin shifting my focus a little bit more heavily on stockpiling a much more valuable resource, as I have to take a slightly different position than I have in the past. And it's kind of strange, it's kind of unique given the fact that inflation is so high. Inflation appears that it cannot be stopped anytime soon. So that the stockpile kind of goes against everything that I stand for, in the fact that it's going to be worth less the longer that I have it. But at the end of the day, it's going to be more important to have some than to have none. And my stockpile is cash. And it is becoming abundantly clear that this is going to be very, very valuable and very important in the near future. I want to begin with a recent GameStop store just had its entire staff walk out, leave the store unattended, and basically closed indefinitely because of poor working conditions and low wages. It just means mistreating the employees in general. But the GameStop meme stock is steadily increasing in value, but there's really no basis and there's no reason for this increase in value besides just some random push from Reddit propping up this stock. But at the end of the day, all this stock is designed to do is to mislead investors and make a select few very, very wealthy and very, very rich, probably more so than they already are. They're the ones who are behind this game. They're the ones who are in charge. But they hold all the cards. And additionally, a large YouTube channel, nearly 2 million subscribers, just recently shared information that he received from YouTube about his ad revenues and the fact that they're going to be declining. You're going to see declines. And this is in conjunction with several sponsors that a lot of YouTube channel creators rely on pulling back and canceling contracts. Well, you got to understand the reasoning behind this. Like, what does this actually mean? It means that as far as the YouTube ad revenue goes, advertisers are not super interested in investing money like they used to into the content that is created, that is shown, and will ultimately drive customers to their product, their platform, their store, or whatever. And this has a huge echoing impact on what our economy is facing right now. Its ultimate collapse, the recession that we are pretty much in, yet to be proven, but the numbers are still coming in. And the fact that we are going to be in a severe stagflation very, very soon, as inflation continues to drive prices up, and our ability to purchase becomes more and more difficult as we're earning less, and interest rates are going up, making the money more expensive to borrow to buy these more expensive items. And in addition to the YouTube notification that ad revenues are going to be going down, And this is just a precursor. It's got to be worse than what they're actually telling you. Sponsors are pulling out. And the only reason why a sponsor would pull out, well, two reasons why a sponsor would pull out: underperforming sponsorships, underperforming brand ambassadors, underperforming affiliations, or they just have zero confidence, or they're losing confidence in the state of the economy and the return on their investment as a sponsor. So I think the writing is pretty clear. It's on the wall that our economy is, it's not a surprise that we're in a downward spiral, but it is very interesting to see how this is playing out on this platform. And I'm not saying that this is going to happen, but you may see a decline in the amount of content produced by a lot of creators because they relied on YouTube as their primary source of income. And if they keep making and producing like they used to, but they're getting paid less, they may stop and they may pull back and they may try to find another source of income. I know a few channels that I watch personally that honestly, they went from posting 1 to 2, 3 videos a day to I haven't seen them post in 3 weeks, a month. No word, no community posts, nothing. It's just they kind of just disappeared. And I mean, these are pretty large channels with high view counts and theoretically high earnings for the videos that they were creating, mostly financial videos. And if this is an indication of the effects of the advertisers pulling back and the sponsors pulling back, then we all need to be mindful that having the money available to make the purchases needed are going to be very, very important in surviving this recession that is either here or coming very soon. There are several ways, 5, 6, 7 key ways to beat a recession, to survive the recession, come out the recession on the other end in a position where you can thrive from there. But if you are not positioning yourself for this recession, for high inflation, for stagflation, if you're not positioning yourself for it, when we're in the midst of it, you're probably going to struggle. You're probably going to deplete your financial resources very, very quickly. And that's going to be a huge blow to your preparation and ability to survive this, as money is going to become harder to come by. It's going to cost more to borrow. And more than likely, you're going to start seeing cutbacks. If advertisers are cutting back, if sponsors are cutting back, eventually these companies that were behind these are going to start cutting back employees. They're going to start cutting back hours. They're going to start cutting back salaries, wages, benefits. They're going to start cutting back because they have to. They have to. Prices are high. People aren't buying what they used to. They can't sell what they used to make the money they used to make. So the only solution there, much like us, is to get your house in order, is to manage your funds and eliminate waste, eliminate debts, and do the best you can to ride this out and come out the other side. So I hope you guys are paying attention to this. I will continue to bring you more information on this and more updates as I receive them. But hearing this from multiple people in real estate, in construction, in business, and now from some popular large YouTube channels blatantly sharing their analytics and showing messages and notifications that they're receiving from the platform, the writing is on the wall and it's very clear. We need to be mindful of what's coming next. And that's going to be this recession and stagflation as inflation continues to climb. Hopefully we don't see any knee-jerk reactions from other channels just throwing up content just to get it out there and possibly spewing fake news and lies to get views and supplement their income with higher views in their videos, even though they're not really worth anything. I've already seen a huge influx of emails that I receive from phony advertisers basically trying to get me to promote and push their products on my channel to ultimately get into the pockets of you guys who are watching, for some bogus deals and some bogus investments that are not going to be worth your time and ultimately will just cost you money. And I'm not going to be a part of that. But that's me. I can't speak for everyone else. So as these times continue to get more challenging, you may be introduced to new opportunities that could potentially put money theoretically in your pocket very quickly, and 10x returns and things like that. I want you guys to be very careful and cautious and mindful about this, because the cash that you have, the cash that you stockpile, that you'll have access to, is going to be very valuable. And if you lose that access, you lose that ability from some unscrupulous scam or fake crypto or any of this nonsense, it's going to hurt very badly. It's going to be hard to recover from that moving forward here in the next several months, possibly years. So be smart, be careful. Take care. See you later. Bye.